So hi everyone, welcome. And we have Kass Thomas. I mean, she's a body class facilitator I have admired and seen and watched for a long time. And just being in her energy and her presence, it's like, wow, who is that woman? And we are, looking at this conversation today about what else can we talk about bodies and something that when Kass asked us, like, what would you like me to talk about? What popped was like, what are our capacities with bodies? And body is such a contribution. And, it's like, what can we do to unlock our capacities with bodies? So Kass, whenever you're ready.
Okay, cool. And I think Sweetie's joined us there. Hi, honey.
Hi, Kass. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Absolutely brilliant, and so looking forward to this, and also the 3-day body class from the 13th of July till 15th in Mumbai. So really
Wow. Exactly. I remember you were at the first one I did in Mumbai.
That class changed so much for me. It really created so much for me. Seriously, that was one brilliant, phenomenal class. So I'm just so looking forward to seeing you there. And how did Mumbai get so lucky?
Right, and it changed my life too. And it's funny because Shivam was talking about these capacities with bodies, right? And how much information our bodies give us that may not be categorizable, the information, right? And that's, like that first body class in India, in Mumbai, was the middle of a tour of like 9 classes in a row. There were a lot less body class facilitators, so we were all working so much and traveling so much, preparing people for Gary's advanced body classes. And I did this crazy tour, Spring Madness tour, and 9, and the 2 India classes were right in the middle of them. I feel like I've told this story before, but maybe it's just for me. It was right in the middle of them. It was number 4 in Mumbai and number 5 in Delhi, or the opposite. And, a lot of times we are creating so much in our lives that we observe the creations, and our observations go toward a judgment as opposed to an invitation, right? So we observe something that's going wrong in our bodies, or something that's going wrong in our lives, or is not going, that wrong and that not, right? So everywhere we do wrong and not as really as the conclusion of our observation, instead of that energy of what else is possible. What is this? What do I do with it, right? How do I expand it, right? How do I change it? How do I expand it into something that contributes even more to me, right? And we destroy and create all that. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 9 short, boys and beyonds, right? I'll just say this. I was looking at one of my trees today. I'm not home that often, but I'm home now. And I was looking at one of my trees, and it's spring here in Rome, right? So the trees are flowering, the fruit trees are flowering, and the leaves are coming out on the trees. And I was looking at one of the trees, and I was like, wow, there's not that many, leaves on you. And I was like, okay, I'm not judging you, tree. and it was like, okay, it's not light that I'm judging you. It's just an observation. So how many times do we have an observation there's not that many leaves on the tree, and go into a judgment, right? Or judging ourselves for thinking we're judging, when it's simply an observation, right? And so where can we go with those observations? And our body has a capacity, an enormous capacity to give us that information, right? Where can we go with those observations? That's actually about question, So is there something you require, tree? Is it a little early for you to flourish? And this is not just about the tree. It's also about our lives. Sometimes we're like, oh, I've created a project and it's not going. Well, is it that it's not going, right? Is that the observation that it's requiring something? And instead of going into the judgment and the knots and the wrongness, What if we were willing to go into question? Something required here. What can I be here? Can I contribute something? Is merely my observing and receiving this information, right, from my awareness, from my observation, from my body, already a contribution, the willingness to receive information. So everywhere we immediately assume that we have to do something with our capacities of observation, of awareness, right? Instead of just, interesting, and asking that middle question, that in-between question, is something required here? Or is just my being aware of it and acknowledging my awareness of it already creating the change and the space for more possibilities? Does this make sense? Yeah. So I thought I might write a blog on it, but I just shared it here. Because so many times we are going into reaction, right? And reaction is usually automatic, and it's quite natural. But it doesn't mean that it's conscious just because it's automatic and that it's natural. So what invitation can we be, right, to our lives, to our bodies, to our reality, right, that would encourage the space of change and forward movement? Everything that is, science of Godzillion, we destroy and create it. Right, wrong, good, bad, online, pod, pop, show up, boys and beyond. If anyone's watching this and you don't know what that is, I can talk fast because I'm not being translated, I don't think. That is called the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. It's wild, it's wacky, and it works. And it's just about clearing any point of view that you have, that you may not even know you have, right? That opens up the space of creation, or creation, and with creation. Yeah. And there's more information on that. The clearingstatement.com is a great video by the co-creator of Access, Dr. Dane, here. And one of the things that Dane has been talking about so much lately, he's got a telecall now, a yearly telecall, a year-long telecall called Be Weird, Stay Different, or something like that. And we are weird and different, right? We all are in our own way. And that's that moving, trying to move the weirdness and the difference and the strangeness that we are, right? And that we perceive into some conclusion. That is not honoring our body. Some linear categorizable, meaning being able to put it into a category. Oh, I know exactly what this is. This is a pain, or this is a sickness, or this is a cold, or this is that, right? Or this is a failure, or this is a lie, or this is, all of that is conclusion. All of that is conclusion. So everywhere we're stopping the creation, right? And our capacity to continually explore new possibilities. Everywhere we're stopping it with the need to understand it, to conclude, to categorize, to linearize, and to control, and to control. We destroy and create all that. Right, wrong, good, bad, all night, pod, fuck, short, boys and beyond. So, Shivan Miss Beauty, we're doing a body class in India in the summer, and we're gonna do a workshop on one of my books. I just had a new book come out. It's around here somewhere, only in French at the moment. It's called Dancing with Riches. So, and I've been doing workshops on that for a while, right? But the book just came out by the same name. So linear, conclusion, control would be like, okay, maybe I should stop the workshops and not do them until the book, comes out in English and blah, blah, blah. I'm no longer, and I'm really grateful for the access tools, I'm no longer able to pretend I'm linear, right? So what is it that you've decided has to come first before you can do X, Y, or Z? Please just ask yourself that question. That's what's up for me today. And it's not just today, but it's articulated today with you for the first time. So what have we decided that must occur before we can create, explore, explode? What is that? Maybe you can write that in the chat. What is it that you've decided must occur? Sometimes I run into people and they're like, well, my kids have to first get into school, or, my marriage first has to, reset itself, or I have to get divorced, or I have to, finish this degree, or I have to do something before I can start, right? What if that's not true? What if all the lies we've bought about what has to come first, the chicken or the egg, can we destroy it and create all that?
Yes.
Right and wrong, good and bad, bug and bud, all nine short boys and beyonds. Yeah. And our capacity, really, and this is so much showing up with the space we've been opening up. All of us, whether you're doing access, doing something else, we have all been exploring different possibilities in our lives, right? In some way or another, right? And so everywhere we are, I want to say it in Italian, frenando, which means putting the brakes on, right? Putting the brakes on us, the harvest, right? Now it's spring here, but it's fall in other places in the world, in the southern hemispheres, right? Putting the brakes on the harvest. We've planted the seeds, we've watered the field, we have picked out in the weeds or got information that the weeds are giving us about what the ground is lacking, and we've planted and changed and opened up Facebook accounts and all this other stuff that we've been doing in our lives, dressing our kids every day or helping our parents, all this stuff that we've been doing, creating and moving forward. And then we want to linearize it and say, well, now I need to do this, 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 and that. Would you be willing to honor your capacities and honor your awareness with choice instead of conclusion? Choosing. And we have this tool in Access that's about every 10 seconds, right? Would you be living your life in 10-second increments, choosing what you would like to do every 10 seconds? Now, you may not change what you're doing. You may not change, right, where you are, where you're living, what you're creating. But if you choose it in every 10 seconds, you allow new information, new possibilities, and new contribution to enter your life, right? How happy would your body be if you were willing to receive all of that information without categorizing it every 10 seconds? Oh, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. Oh, now what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, do I need to do something? No. Okay, just an awareness. Cool. Thank you, buddy. Okay. What would that be like? How much more would be possible? It's really exciting. And what if you didn't have to make sense? What if you didn't have to make sense? Well, let me explain what I mean by that. No! No! I think that I only think, I know that it makes you so much lighter. And that when you're lighter, and without all those, the weight of the wrongness or the knots, then you are actually contributing to your body, and your body's contributing more to the planet and receiving more. right? Which is already a contribution also. Yeah. I've been, if you say, oh, I should be doing this, I shouldn't do this. Oh, why am I doing this? Don't go into the wrongness of you with it. Just say, okay, how could I change this around? Right? I shouldn't be doing this. Okay, so what could you be doing instead of what you shouldn't be doing? So everywhere we're spending so much of our time identifying what we shouldn't be doing, what we shouldn't have done, right? Can we destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, short, poison, beyonds. And don't go into the wrongness of it. Just be like, okay, thanks for that awareness. Now, how can I look at this in a different way that actually creates possibilities instead of identifying limitations? How can I look at this in a different way? Say this in a different way, right? Because words have a vibration. So if you are pronouncing the words of shouldn't, couldn't, and why, then that's creating that vibration. And that's the vibration you're walking around with, attracting, and also diffusing. So what is the vibration you would actually like to attract, you would actually like to walk around with, and you would actually like to invite more of? The energy of possibilities, the energy of creation, continual creation, is one of asking the question, what could I do? What would I like to do? What would I like to be eating? What would I like to be saying? Not, don't say that, don't eat that, don't do that. Everything that is times a gazillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, poc, short, poison, beyond. And it totally makes sense to me without it being linear, that this is about our capacities. And this is a little bit, so thank you guys for this title, because this is what this has inspired in me today.
I am just so amazed by this conversation. And you know, it's when you talk about the 10-second increments and including body in, it really had the energy of like, if we're choosing in 10-second increments, body is like the newness, you know, that shows up in body, and which is really like, you know, so different from like having to, I mean, it's really like, you know, destroying and uncreating your relationship with body in those 10 seconds, because the newness shows up, and the capacities that you're talking about. I mean, wow, the vibrations. That is so amazing, Kass. I love that.
Thank you. And I grew up, my mom was a nurse, right? So nurses, they work in, hospitals and clinics and everything. So that there are signs that show up that lead to an illness. You're sneezing. Oh, you've got a cold. You've got a tickle in your throat. Oh, you're going to have a strep throat. So how many conclusions do we go into with our body that aren't even ours? That's not who we are. It's what they're learned. It's learned behavior. So I wrote an article. I don't know if you guys saw that. Unlearn.
No, well, if someone can share it here, or we can share it in our email.
Yeah, it's definitely also on the blog. I've been working with my blog because I get that these conversations are actually a contribution for people, because there's so much learned behavior. So what if we unlearn that behavior and didn't relearn another behavior? Use these 10-second increments, use these possibilities to ask questions. Would we get younger? Would we be beyond time? Right? Because these are all about time is a creation, and it works very well in this reality. Right? So to have an awareness of time, absolutely, but not to buy it as your reality or the reality, right? So also awareness of limitations, but not to buy them as true, to recognize them as creations, and then ask a question, so if I'm buying that or creating that as a limitation, what can I create somewhere else as a possibility? Or what possibility can I invite? And this is really, the space has opened up so much for that. And the more we are playing with that, because we spend a lot of time, playing. We play with conclusions, we play with nots and shouldn'ts and wouldn'ts and couldn'ts and, and wrongness, or continually being vigilant to make sure we're doing the right thing, what we decided is the right thing. Everything is the opposite of what it appears to be, and nothing is the opposite of what it appears to me. To me, that's it to me. Everything's the opposite of what it appears to me, and nothing's the opposite of what it appears to me. So what if yesterday what was wrong, today is right for you? So what did you decide was wrong yesterday that may have been just an observation and not a conclusion? And if you were willing to look at it today with fresh eyes and in 10-second increments, would actually have been such a contribution to you yesterday in its wrongness. So today, it can be in the rightness for you. 10 seconds. I'm feeling buzzy.
That's an amazing clearing, Kass. That's really amazing. Can you speak more about how do we lock bodies and judgments? How do we lock judgments into our body, and how do we sort of get rid of that? How do we come out of that?
Yeah, well, that's a great question, Smithy, because what I was getting is how quickly we judge ourselves for observations that in this reality may be considered negative, right?
Right.
Like the tree. Looking around at the trees, right? And it's on a different internet line. Otherwise, I'd bring you out there to see it. But I did have a picture of it. Looking around at the tree, everyone else is flourishing at a different rate, and you have less leaves. Now, how many times does someone say that to us? Wow, it's morning, you're looking tired.
Yeah.
We may take that as a judgment, right? How could we look at that in a different way? Not needing to defend it or react to it, that could invite a possibility. Wow, they're seeing me as looking tired. Wow, am I tired? Truth, no. Am I choosing to look tired? Is there something my body would like? Is there something my body would like? Thank you for that. I'm going to actually go give my body some pleasure. I'm going to be around people who see me different in a moment. Not saying that, that's actually a contribution to you. So what if every judgment, right, that we heard or received was actually a contribution? How can you turn it around? And that might be the question. So, this is not making me feel that great. How can I turn this around? What is this? What do I do with it, right? Can I change it? What gift can I be? And I have, to me and my body, in these 10 seconds, right, that would change this reality. So that's a question when you are feeling depressed, heavy, contracted, locked in, tense, dense, not confident, zone collapsed, all those different ways of saying that, right? What gift could I be in these 10 seconds for me and my body? And it may just be that question alone that changes it, right? That changes it. And so your question was about how do we lock judgments into our bodies. In this Dancing with Riches book, I've got this chapter that talks about door number 1, door number 2, and door number 3, right? When we get in awareness, right, we have a choice. There is a space of choice from the moment you have an awareness, the millisecond, until you choose what to do with that awareness. You might choose to go into judgment of you, or to receive it as a judgment, or to allow it to dampen your day, you know? And you might start choosing door number 1, which goes down the rabbit hole, this spiral downwards. My goodness, this is always showing up. Why am I doing this? Usually that rabbit hole of door number 1 has the why, the shouldn't, the never, I never, ever am able to get over this, right? All those words that we say don't, try to be aware when you're saying them in Access, because they actually don't lead to more. Right? Never, why, but, also door number 1 is about staying in the past and moving backward, right? So if the moment, and I really wanted to precede this with something, really taking those 10 seconds and getting in touch with you, right? And I talk about this in the 7 Steps book, which hopefully we'll have in July in Hindi. Shiva's going to work on that. Yay! Connecting with you, most important. So why? So that you can recognize when you're not connected with you. Like Dr. Dane here says, be you, right? And change the world. And you're being you facilitator, Shivam, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So is Smriti.
Smitty is too. I've seen her in the classes too. So this being you, and we might be playing with that also in July with some stuff. We got to talk about that. We got so much. We're doing the 3-day body class, and then we've got 3 or 4 days to play with, and we're like 10 options of what we want to do and how we want to play. But if you are connected with your vibration, connected to who you are, when you're not being that, it sets off an alarm for you. And your body gives you that awareness. It's a capacity to know when something's off. Okay? It's a capacity to know when there's a glitch in your reality. Right? So looking at the moment that shows up, right, and asking a question. And don't ask the question why. Why am I? Right? And please don't give yourself the reproach of I shouldn't do this. Right? Door number 1 is about that, right? Going down the rabbit hole. Door number 2 is pretending it's not there. And how many times have we done that? Bulldoze ahead and ignore your capacities, the subtleness of your capacities. The moment you acknowledge them, wow, I felt something strange there. What was that? Right? That's an acknowledgement. You don't have to go, why am I always feeling strange? No, wow, I felt something strange. What was that? What would it take to have more clarity on that? Do I need to do anything here? Right? A lot of times people choose door number 2. Oh, nothing. What's the matter, honey? Nothing. I'm fine. What do you mean? Pretending it's not there, right? Pretending that nothing's going on. That's door number 2. And door number 3 is one door, which is a question. So what else is possible here? And you open up that door, an infinite number of doors are available to you. So what are you choosing when something's getting you down? It's a bad hair day. What are you choosing? To keep it going? Or to change it? Change it just with a question. What else could I look at here? How could I look at this in a different way? How could I change my point of view on this? Just by asking the question, you don't have to figure out the answer. Just by asking the question, you've already changed it. Know it. Please know it. Yeah.
Cool.
Did I answer your question?
Yes, totally.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Did you guys have an idea what we would talk about on this Zoom, or was this just like your way of being door number 3, asking a question and opening up infinite possibilities, you sneaky girls?
Yeah, I love where India, as there's a totally different change that's showing up in India for with respect to access and the number of people who are choosing access. And it's like people's ask has become bigger. you know, they're asking for more. It's just so amazing where and it may have something to do with, you know, when we had that 10,000 people in consciousness or something like that. But it's like the things that are showing up in India, and so I mean, you know, and it really looks like we're ready to have this conversation. We're ready to, you know, uh, I guess, connect with our body and then go forward in that, you know, journey in, you know, with consciousness. Earlier, the body classes, you know, they were around healing your body, right? And it's like, okay, healing sicknesses, healing this thing. And it's like people were not looking at what is, you know, what else is possible. And Kass, you are the door number 3. What else is possible with bodies? What else is possible with bodies and consciousness and us? And how did we get so lucky to have
Yeah.
you here?
You know, I didn't finish the story, but I want to say this month of March, right? On the 29th today, this Zoom is happening. I had a month of body classes. I participated, my buddy Anthony Mathis, he did a body class in Rome. I participated in it. He didn't make me work so much in there. So I got to lie on a table. And I ended the month with a 3-day advanced body class with Gary Douglas. And was lying on tables. And in between, I did 3 body classes. I co-facilitated 2 of them, right? Yeah. With Dr. Glenna Rice and with a new guy, Mariano. He's from Argentina. He's gonna be a 3-day body class facilitator. And then I facilitated one in Barcelona and with Glenna in Paris and in Switzerland in the middle. And I would just advise that for everyone. You know, as many times as you're able to participate in different body classes. And they're always different because even the same person is different. These tools, these classes, and if you keep doing and keep asking questions and you keep changing. So I'm really curious. It's that trip to Mumbai changed my reality. And I'll just say this very honestly. I got that I was actually successful. I hadn't got that. And it never, like Dr. Dane says, it never shows up the way you think it's going to be. The moment I got that, I was in tears. So humble, but a potency. And I got that, the you know what I mean? Walk tall, carry a big stick, or something. Walk softly, I forget the expression. But I got what success means. And it means being able and willing to receive all of you and to receive and be grateful. Receive gratitude and be grateful. And this is the gift that that Mumbai was to me. And it's, you know, remained one of my favorite cities in the world. I talk about it all the time. I wrote an article about it. I landed with RD and Kieran in Mumbai the first time. I was so sleepy. I was on the plane going like this, and we landed and I started singing, and I woke up and I said, where the heck are we? with the ocean there, with, you know, on the side. I love big cities, and I love the sea and the ocean and the energy and the movement and the flow. And yeah, India's in general is just very special for me. And I'm very grateful for that shift in my reality that continues to contribute to me that I had on my first time there.
That is so beautiful. Kass, can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
What is your communication like with your body?
Oh, it's continuous and it's funny. We laugh a lot together.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I invite people to do that, right? I invite people to tell their body jokes, to have jokes that only they and their body know. You know, that, I mean, it's such a personal, funny conversation, you know? And if you're willing, and somebody was asking this, if you're willing, any judgment, anytime you find yourself judging your body, ask, how can I turn this into a joke? Not a joke to tell other people, right? How can I make my body laugh about this? instead of feel bad and heavy about it, you know? And, you know, it can be like, don't eat that cookie. Don't eat that cookie. Come on, buddy. You can do it. You can do it. Don't eat that, you know? I mean, it can be, just play with anyway the question, how can I turn this into a joke and get me and my body laughing together, right? Or my body and I, if you like to be precise, but laughing together. So that's a bit the communication with my body. I'm asking all the time, what can I do for you? What can I be for you? What fun can we have together? And I'm always asking, I started again playing tennis. I've been playing tennis for years. I'm not, the best tennis player in the world. However, I'm the best me that there is. And I get a little bit, I'm obsessive compulsive, so I get a little bit obsessive compulsive with it. And I listened to my body just yesterday, the day before. I haven't played in a while, and there was a free, group thing to play tennis. Now, how often do we do something because it's free, right? But it may not be a contribution. It may be against what you want to do, right? And so I did a little gym, and I was going to go participate in this thing, and I just kept getting no. And I said, finally, okay, buddy, do you want to do this? No. Okay, do you want to play a little bit? Yes. Okay, so how can we make that happen? And when you ask your body that, your body will become the vibration that is the invitation for whatever or whomever can help you make that happen. That's what it is. And that's the nonlinear thing we were talking about before, right? You don't have to figure out how to make it happen. We think we have to figure out everything with our minds. If you have that dialogue with your body and ask your body, what it would like to do, would it like to do half of it? Would it like to do all of it? How can we make that happen? Ask your body that question. And at the moment you ask your body that question, it already starts vibrating in a way that will invite what you're asking for and what it has asked for to show up. So it does not even exist a half-hour tennis lesson at this place where I go, right? This tennis club. But it did yesterday. I did a half-hour tennis lesson. My body didn't want to play for an hour with people and, not be, so active. I got a half-hour little tennis lesson and done. Hello. Awesome. Yeah. So what really? The capacities. So this question. So the capacities that your body has, right? If you were to join forces with your body just by inviting, poking, right? Poking the bear. Hey, buddy, what you want to do? Hey, can we do it? What can we be? What energy can we be? What space? What consciousness? What do you want to do, buddy? What do you want to do? Already your body's like, oh, I can show you. No, I can do it better. I can do it better. What if you had that game with your body? Can you do it better or can I do it better? Who can do it? Who can do more sit-ups? You or me? Anything. Does that answer your question? So it's a playful, active conversation. And I got to tell you something else. I noticed I used to be very much in resistance to sneezing or having allergies or sore throat. I would pretend I wasn't. I'd pretend I was in the question. Oh, what else is possible here? What else is possible here? But it was really, like saying, hey, don't get sick. If you release that, say, okay, what are we choosing here? What are we choosing here? You're not in resistance, and you are the space of allowance that gives the possibility for something else to show up. So this I know, and I'm no longer lying as much to my body, and the conversations are really, really nice. Yeah.
Hi, Kass.
Yes. Hi.
I'm here with Gussie, and he wanted to ask you a question. I hope you understand him if you can't hear his voice.
Today
Hi, handsome.
He says today he feels kind of sick.
Is it yours?
I don't know.
Are you taking something out of someone else, darling?
I don't know.
Truth? Does it make you smile? Can you move your camera down a little bit so I can see the mouth? Yeah. Does it make you smile? What if you didn't have to take it into you to change it for them? What if you told them a joke? You have a joke?
Do you have a joke? Do you tell a joke instead of? Do you tell a joke? Is there anything else for that?
You know, one of the jokes I can tell you. Do you have a joke?
This is my favorite kind of food.
I think he's sharing that this is his favorite kind of food.
Ah. So who made that for you?
Mommy.
So how often do we do that then? That's a good, thank you for bringing that up. So how often do we do that? Oh, I'm not feeling so well. And then whoever's around us say, oh, maybe I can make your favorite food for you. Maybe that'll make you feel a little better. Yeah. Or what do you require? Do you want some attention? So what if we could get that attention without actually bringing discomfort to our body? Thank you. Oh, is that corn?
It's Panda Puff cereal. It was interesting though because he said he had his tummy hurt, and then I put your call down where he could see it, and he started asking for cereal and saying maybe it wasn't a throw up sickness, so it's changing.
Yeah. How's your tummy feeling now?
Is that good? Yeah.
So cute. I've got on my speaker view, so I see your face. I'm going to take that picture, actually. Thank you for reminding me of that. Let's see. Well, I can tell you that your face is making me and my body feel really nice. Look at that delight look, that like, ah. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. And good for you for acknowledging your body when it was asking for something. So how often have we misidentified and misapplied a request from our body as a discomfort? What are you asking for, body? What would you like? You want some puff cereal? And please, everybody that's on the call, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be puff cereal, right? But the energy of that puff cereal now, if you're willing to receive it for all of us, will be the energetic response to what is that puff cereal my body's asking for at the moment? What's the equivalent for me of that puff cereal? And look what shows up for you. What is that you're drinking? Vodka in a bottle? No, I'm kidding. Oh, that was someone else. That was not me. One second.
We
Nice.
tried to help me ice water and seaweed
And puff cereal. Cool. All right. Cool. Thank you for that question.
Thanks, Kass. And I wanted to thank you for saying that about where I've about the where I'm actually saying body don't get sick instead of being in question. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Can you move the camera toward you so we can see you a little bit? Oh. There you go. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely. Because, you know, we can pretend, you know, that we're in allowance, right? And unfortunately, this energy thing, it really does work, but you can't fake it. You can fake a lot of stuff till you make it, right? They say, you know, all the people that do the laughter yoga, you know, it's true. You can laugh, your body doesn't recognize the difference, and then you become happy, you can laugh. But being true truthful with you, right? Am I in resistance? No, nope. I'm not in resistance at all. Nope, I'm in total allowance. No, I'm in total allowance. I honestly, I don't have a point of view. Everything that is. Everywhere we're like, oh yeah, uh-huh. Can we destroy it and create all that? Yeah. Right, run good bed all night, pod puck, show up, boys and girls. What if we were in allowance of having a point of view? And that's a conversation you can have with your body. You know, body, I'm really working on not having a point of view that you're feeling tired today. Okay, what is that? I'm going to try to ask some questions, but I'm functioning from point of view here. Can you help me get over this point of view? Body, can you help me get over this point of view? That a question alone will already start changing stuff. That's a dialogue. That's not a monologue, talking to your body, talking at your body. That's a dialogue. Body, can you help me get over this point of view? I really, really would like to be in communion and in, you know, conversation and dialogue with you, but I've got this point of view because today's an important day. Do I want to breathe? You want me to breathe, body? What is it? How can we negotiate? Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Awesome. And thank you.
So do you want to say thank you?
Cool. Thank you. Grazie. Shukriya. I'm talking Hindi now.
That's awesome, Kass. So tell me, for the people who will be joining in new, for the first timers who will be attending the 3-day body class for the first time, what else can they expect in that? And yeah, what can you explain to them what exactly a 3-day body class is all about?
Yes, of course. Well, we start off the morning at a 3-day body class talking about how to make the best pasta ever, because I live in Italy and I really like people to take this away from the body classes. So in the first part of the day, we make a nice crostata. And in the second part of the day, we eat it. I actually always say that to people in the body class. If you were planning on being in the class about making the crostata, that's in the next room. This is not the right class. Please take care. Yeah. These body classes have changed over the years. That the magic of them hasn't. What has changed since June, and if you haven't taken a body class, even if you have, but since June of last year, there is about over 50% of the manual has been changed, and as Shivam was saying, the body processes from the advanced body class have come in. We've just added, and they probably are going to be inserted if you're taking a body class with us or someone else. They'll probably be inserted as a one sheet. We're bringing in 2 new processes. But what these body classes are is identifying what it is that is currently your rapport with your body and what currently you experience as life with a body, right? Because a lot of us, depending on lots of stuff, could be religion, could be culture, could be, this lifetime stuff, other lifetime stuff, physical stuff, abusive stuff, all kinds of stuff. We have a relationship, most of us, with our bodies. Not everyone is in communion with the body, allowing the body to do as it would like, gifting it what it would like, and honoring it. So just acknowledging where we are now on that journey in this lifetime with the body, and noticing, you asked about what can people expect. Often I ask people to destroy and uncreate their expectations about the body class, because what shows up is something so different and beyond what you could possibly expect, because your expectations can only be a product of what you already know. Does that make sense? Of what you already imagine, of what you've already seen or heard about, or projected in some way. What can show up is so beyond that. And it really is not just about the body. A lot of people say, oh no, I'm not going to do the body class at this time because I'm really concentrating on my business or on money or on my relationship. All of that, whether or not you know it, your body's with you, right? When you're doing it, even when you're not with your body. A lot of us like, woo, take off to Mars or Venus or something, but our bodies are still here and they are still functioning and showing up in this reality on our behalf as the infinite beings. So,
and how much your body actually contributes to your business and the money flows. So that's also there. Most people don't realize that. They just leave it at for the last minute, oh, that's not important and stuff, but they don't realize that how much their body actually contributes to that.
You don't need a pendulum if you are willing to listen to your body, you know, and it can always let you know what choice is going to create that which is vibrationally compatible and congruent with what you're asking for, you know, vibrationally compatible with you and congruent for what you're asking for. So, and, you know, I've been working and playing and just enjoying the tools. So we play a lot with the tools and we put them in action to create the change in our approach to life, right? Our energetic and vibrational approach to our life, right? That we've been asking for, and that's possible, right? So the body classes for me are a great gateway to the future possibilities, right? That we've been asking for. Because the moment you change your vibration, which is what these processes do, what this intimacy with your body and others' bodies, what that does is put you in a space of recognizing what is the reality that you have thus far been creating and what else is possible, you know? So even if you're creating a fabulous reality, are you done? Or is there always more? And what space between the molecules can you be, right, that would allow your body to vibrate and help you find the most pleasurable and enjoyable existence on this reality, and everything that doesn't allow that times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, all nine, pod, puck, short, voice, and beyonds, right? So you gain more confidence, you gain more ease in your body, you walk with more confidence, and you therefore approach things not from an expectation, but from a possibility. Yeah. And you begin to know what is the choice that's going to create more for you and your life and your body in any given moment. Sorry to say, that's the kind of change that shows up. So what you can expect is some great body processes. You can expect some great information about access and contributing to the information that you already have about access. And you can expect also to meet some fabulous people and see them for who they really are, not for the facade that they've been showing up. You can expect a nice certificate at the end, some really good food. We've got a fabulous location, ITC, is that the name of it?
Yes,
and,
Maratha.
Yes, and we've got some amazing hosts, Shivam and Smriti, fabulous facilitators, and fun and good looking and smart, and I'm not so bad either, and some great people helping us out. With that, I think Bonnie's going to come from Delhi. We've also got Monish coming from Delhi. He's doing promotion for Danes, and we are going to have a good time. So if you'd like to join us, or if you know anyone who would like to join us, if the energy speaks to you, tap on in.
It's on 13th, 14th, and 15th of July, 2019 at ITC Maratha. We'll be soon sending out all the details to you. And yeah, how much fun can we have?
How much fun can we have? And we'll be doing some Dancing with Riches or some 7 Steps, or both, maybe. Yeah, and so come keep your eye on it. You can check it out on the Art of Being Kass on the events on Facebook. And hopefully we'll do something else too. It's in July. So thank you guys for joining and playing. And
Thank you,
what else
Kass.
is possible? What else is possible?
What else is possible? Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much,
Thank
Kass.
you.
So looking
This was
forward to the
lovely.
class.
Me too. Bye. Thank you guys for
Thank
joining.
you so much.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for joining, everyone. Ciao, ciao.